Welcome back. Continuing with Thunder in the East, with the sort of modified rules that allows you to still play the game that came in the box. And we've progressed up until I think it's the second week of March 42 now, so been through the first winter. I thought that the Russians were going to collapse actually, and I thought, oh, is that a result of the rule changes which are coming down the track, not to the hard copy in terms of different counters and play aids and cards, but just some of the changes mentioned last time, which were the sort of Stalin Purges rule that limits the number of 8-4s you can get back each turn. Slightly different historical setup, which looked weaker for the Russians, and a couple of other minor things which I thought the sort of cumulative effect of all that would be that the Russians just may not have enough in the tank to survive. I thought that was going to be the case, but it didn't happen actually. I mean, Moscow held with the assistance of the sort of construction battalion cards, which are now very useful cards in the deck because they allow you to place more than your one free improved position, and the ones that let you fortify the improved positions to the double shift, and the combination of all those and the militia have given a pretty historical feel actually to the defence around Moscow. So yeah, it's still in the balance really. I've stuck with my sort of contained weather rules to eliminate the wild swings of the weather, but I don't think you need to do that beyond about now. So I think April 42 will be a good time to say you can now just roll. And the reason I say that is that, you know, both sides can now benefit a little bit from extended good weather or bad weather, whereas in the first year it's really the Germans that could get a huge advantage by having, say, a very long extended dry summer in 41, whereas in 42, you know, both sides can make use of that weather. So I don't think you need to record the weather going forward. At least I'm not going to do that now. I'm quite happy with how that will play out. I think I mentioned about there's a couple of the cards, things like the Panzer Blitz card and the new tank model deployed, which used to be, they just have remained in play until you failed in a particular combat. So I think, for example, the one that it's the Panzer Blitz card that assists the mobile assault, that just stayed in play until you failed to have a successful mobile assault, which was really quite swingy. So I think another rule I've borrowed from the evolving rulebook. Again, it's just a rule change, it's not a material change. You just use a countdown marker, and what I'm doing, I'm using a 2 countdown marker for the small cards and a 3 for the medium. So, you know, you'll get your fighter races for 2 turns. That's it. You'll get I think I'm not sure whether the Panzer Blitz card is a small or a medium, but you just use one of the standard countdown markers, and as a reminder of how many turns it's been in play, so you don't get this, it fell on the first attempt, therefore the card's gone, or it's going on month after month. So that's quite good. I'll show you around the map, and I think I'm going to try and get this into 42. It went into the summer of 42. It'd be nice to see if there is another breakthrough. I mean, that you can have another sort of blitzkrieg card played. I suppose the Germans will be thinking about trying to put together some sort of case blue. They may have to redeploy troops from around the Moscow sector and maybe try and fortify that to give them the extra mobile forces. I've used the card twice to give you a motorised corps, so you basically convert a 6-4 infantry corps to a 7-4 motorised infantry corps, which gives you a lot more mobility, which I guess you might need. Germans are starting to get a bit low on some of their resources, but they are retooling some of the cities to get some more economic points, some more EPs. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, here is the map. So you can see that the fighting around Moscow has been quite intense. At one time I thought they were going to get it, but actually this is a very well defended now. You've got the double shift for the fortified position, there's the river there, and also it's a hard city, so that's 4 shifts in most weather conditions. So you've got to try and force your way around to get either to negate the river or to get some additional hexes. And there's been a lot of fighting for these flanking positions, and the Russians have managed to hold their own there. So with the benefit of some of these fortifications that have been built through card play. Most of the front here has been fairly static. There's a few hexes being given just from the pressure from the Axis, and Stalino is now in German hands. Again, there's more fortified positions arrived as the weather's about to get better. We've got a clear turn next turn, and there are some German forces there that are motorised and mechanised, but they may have to shift some from here unless they really believe they're going to make a breakthrough around Moscow, and I'm not convinced that's going to happen now. So all to play for. We'll have a quick look at this is the economic map, and you can see the progress. These 2 cities currently retooling. That's the Dnipropetrovsk and Stalino, so they will become integrated in April to give a few more, another EP to the Axis war chest. And the air situation, the Russians are now starting to put together a fairly credible air force. Some of the better planes, that the P-40s, they can give the Germans a run for the money. They can also do some ground combat. Definitely still got the edge for the Germans, but the differences has been narrowed. So we've got some relocating Russian factories. They're off to the Urals or somewhere into Far East Russia. So some of those will come on stream as well in April. So that's where we are. So we'll see what the summer of '42 brings.